President Trump cannot avoid justice in the great state of New York.
Okay, so there she is. And then you look at today's Wall Street Journal, and they're echoing something you have said, and that is whatever his transgressions, Jonathan, defendants are entitled to due process, which includes the right to appeal. The appeal has not run its course, and it goes on. But you've been talking about how he's not getting due process for months.
Right. Look, you don't have to like Donald Trump to be appalled by what we're seeing. I can't imagine why any business in New York would want to continue to do business in New York, including these banks. Could you imagine being the bank that gives this bond to Trump when you've got an attorney general who is just laying waste to the land? I mean, these banks don't want to get in the crosshairs as the next target of Letitia James. Keep in mind that what you just played by James was a campaign based on selective prosecution. Selective prosecution is anathema to the rule of law. She actually ran on that. She pledged that she would get Trump without saying what she'd get him on. She just pledged, I'll bag him for you.
But Jonathan, I hate to interrupt you, but you go to the crutch of the argument. So what is the legal recourse for that? I mean, we just played the montage. If she said this on the campaign trail, made it very clear, is there anything legally that can be done just on that?
It's very hard to make out a case of selective prosecution. I filed a couple of motions like that against prosecutors. Judges don't like it. They don't like getting into the motivations. But the threshold issue here is just the basic due process of requiring confiscatory bonds in order to just secure an appeal. And this could end up going beyond the New York system. They could appeal this all the way to the Supreme Court. On occasion, the Supreme Court has intervened in state actions, for example, on punitive damages, and said that at points, damages can become so high they deny someone due process of law. This is falling into that extreme category, in my view. I find it appalling. It shocks the conscience that you have to pony up this type of money just to get someone to look at what you believe, and I believe, is an excessive ruling by this judge.
It's a lot of money. He has to come up with it by Monday. So that's in New York. Let's go down to Georgia, where the lawyers for Trump and the 8 co-defendants, they filed an emergency appeal in the Fani Willis case. They're trying to disqualify her again. And this is from Trump's lead defense counsel. The motion notes that the court found that Willis's actions created an appearance of impropriety and an odor of mendacity that lingers in the case, but it nonetheless refused to dismiss the case or disqualify her. Will they be able to disqualify her through this appeal? Or will this happen?
Well, usually the courts will prevail on this, but the question is whether the trial judge will give leave to appeal, to do an interlocutory appeal, which is relatively rare. That will further delay the case. You know, basically, Willis has been playing a game of chicken with these courts. She's refused to remove herself, as she should, and she succeeded. You know, the judge knew that if he disqualified Willis, he would likely have had to disqualify the entire office, and that's quite a cliff to go over. And so he blinked. And they're going to ask courts to look at this and say, how is this coherent or consistent? You know, you indicated that Wade, his answers were less than forthcoming. Some people believe he committed perjury, but she adopted his answers. They testified largely in tandem. So if he was saying something untrue, she was saying something untrue. But more importantly, that appearance of impropriety does not end with Nathan Wade. These two are joined on this appearance problem. So we'll see if he gives leave. If he gives leave, then this thing is not going to see a courtroom for a trial before the election.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if I was going against somebody, I'd like to maybe go against her. She's already so damaged, her credibility is so destroyed, and she does not seem as though she's a great legal mind.
Well, actually, I think that's the best situation for Trump.
That's what I mean.
Is that she is indeed, she's carrying more luggage than Amtrak, and maybe that's what you want.
Great line.
Jimmy Fallon is going to use that a little bit later. Thank you very much, Jonathan Turley.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.